All right, so today we're going to be going over the difference between a dress watch and a sports watch. Now, this is an important thing you want to focus on because if you're an active participant in the watch game, this can make a big difference on the effect you're trying to project. Let me give you guys an example and tell you a quick story. One day I was going to attend a wedding here in Miami, and it was one of those days where you just had so many things to do that before you know it, I was getting dressed for the wedding. And when I put my suit on and I went to grab my watch, I realized that I did not go to the bank that day and pick up my dress watch. So my options were limited, and when I mean limited, I'm talking about extremely. The only thing I had that day to wear, which don't even ask why I had this watch because I don't want to get into that topic either, but it was a Yachtmaster 2 two-tone. So me being a watch guy at heart, I said, man, I can't go without a watch. I don't want to be without a watch. I'd feel like I'm, with no weapon. So I pretty much wore the watch. Needless to say, an hour and a half into the reception, I felt like a complete idiot. I felt like the watch was too big. It doesn't go with anything. It's just completely the wrong watch to wear. Why? It was the wrong size. It was 44 millimeters. Totally the wrong size watch if you want it to be a dress watch. I think a dress watch should always be maximum 40, 41 millimeters, in that area, maximum, because really you're going to want to be under that. A number two thing that's very important is on a strap. It should be on a strap. Whether it's calf, alligator, crocodile, you need it to be on a strap. Another important thing for me is one type of metal. That day it was a two-tone, stainless steel and rose gold. Incorrect. I think you should stick to one color metal would be the ideal scenario. So you want to avoid these mistakes. And some of you guys might not even know this, but not every watch can be worn for everything. That particular day, the ideal watch that I would have liked to have been wearing would have been a Sky Dweller on a strap. Yes, I get it. It's over 40 millimeter, whatever. Rolex is very conservative, but it's nowhere compared to that 44 millimeter Yachtmaster I had. I had by far the worst possible watch in my opinion for that scenario. Felt like a complete idiot. So these are things you want to think of. In a good watch collection, you should always have a dress watch. If you have a very young collection where you don't have that dress watch yet, then perhaps maybe you want a versatile watch. For example, one sports watch that happens to be a diver watch that I feel can be used for almost everything is the Submariner in stainless steel. Can't go wrong with it. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's one of those watches that does it all. For example, gold sub, it's not the same. I just don't feel like it's the same. This is a watch that I feel works better in shorts, very casual wear. Doesn't give you the most effect in a formal situation. Now, to throw a whole other extreme, the Presidential. Presidential is that one watch that I feel always looks dressy in a suit. It's one of the few dress watches on a bracelet that I like, Whereas I would, yes, rather have a Sky Dweller on a strap or a Daytona on a strap, even though it's a chrono, sports model. But the Presidential is one of those watches you get away with it, and you can also dress it down. So, it's an ongoing topic, dressies versus sporty. When a guy comes into the store and he's trying to buy his first watch, and I say, listen, do you want to go dressy or you want to go sporty? That's a very important question. If a guy is always in a, kind of like an office situation, then he might want to go dressy if he's going to use it for work. If he's only going to use it to go out at night, to go to nice dinners and stuff like that, again, you want to maybe go a little bit dressy. But if you're going to wear it all the time, then you kind of want to go with something that works for both. Now, I'll give you another example where you have two watches that, in my opinion, are two different extremes. The Patek 5980. Now, in a perfect world, which we don't live in, both of these watches are badass and you can do whatever you want with it. But I want to tell you something. If I was going to wear a suit, the one I would have is this one. The strap is the way to go. The strap, even though it's a chrono, does make it look more dressy. Whereas on a bracelet, for me, just gets more sporty. Kind of something you want to wear more casual. So, those are things that you want to think about when you are selecting a watch. Dress watches, man, sometimes the simpler the watch, the better. This is a topic that we can go in circles all day. They could sit there and say, no, because the most dressy watch is the simplest watch. I don't see nothing wrong wearing a Patek Sky Moon in a suit. Nothing simple about that watch. It's full-blown complications on that. So this is a topic that we can go over and over and go all over the place with. But I want to just keep it as simple as possible. Dressy versus sporty. A sports watch is going to be a diver, a chrono, a pilot, those type of things. Dress watches is what you're always going to think is going to be very slim, very, very conservative. A watch that fits under a suit. You could tell, man. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell what looks more dressy than that, So use that. Think about that. Don't be that guy. I have been there. I have worn a 44mm Yachtmaster 2 two-tone to a wedding and pulled those moves where I look like a complete jackass. Don't be that guy. Choose the right watch for the occasion, or choose the right watches in your collection, and you'll always have the right watch for the occasion. So I want to go over some of the 5 biggest mistakes people make while wearing a dress watch. Number 1 is the size. Select the right size. You don't want an overly large watch. This is one of those situations where bigger is not better. Number 2 would be the type of bracelet or strap that comes on that watch. Some models look dressier than others depending on the bracelet or strap that it might have. For example, the 5980, how I was saying that on a bracelet it looks sportier than on a strap. Number 3 is by color. I don't recommend ever wearing a two-tone watch in a suit. Always better to stick to one tone of metal. Number 4, what color metal are you wearing with that outfit? For example, you don't want to have a rose gold watch with a gray suit. You're going to preferably want platinum, steel, or white gold. Number 5 is the strap color. If you're wearing black shoes with a black belt, you obviously do not want a brown strap. So my favorite brands for sports watches is probably going to be Audemars Piguet and Rolex. And for dressy, more formal watches, I feel like Patek has that on lock. Also, I'm a fan of the Breguets and Vacheron. I feel like those watches overall, they give you the best look for that type of distinction that you're trying to get with the dress watch. So like I mentioned earlier, man, this is a topic that can go around in circles and circles, And at the end of the day, I'm a watch guy, so most of my decisions are going to be more inclined more towards watches than extreme fashion, or like a fashionista would say, whatever. But to not go around in circles, but can you wear a sports watch to a formal occasion? I guess you could do whatever you want, I did it. And how did I feel? Like an idiot. I would have given anything to have that day this watch instead of the two-tone Yachtmaster 2. It'd be a downgrade in status, but it would have been the right watch to go with that outfit. So at the end of the day, you could do whatever you want. Do I recommend wearing a 5980 on a strap, in the water, on a boat? No. But if you can afford this watch, you could do whatever you want. So if you like this video, please like and share. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel. My name is Eric. Watch your style.